I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
The blue one.
Merit scientist lab. Merit scientist
Well, I
lab.
guess. I don't know. Isn't that what the... I'll show them to you after... when we go upstairs after the show. And speaking of shows, ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to episode 51 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. I always fucking that up. As always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist.
Just us two.
Just
this
us
week.
two.
For a while. So let's live with it, motherfuckers.
And our good friend Greg. Just Greg. Okay.
If they're not here, they don't get introduced.
Greg, we can't wait to have you back on the show. All right. So we took about, 2 weeks off from our 50th episode to kind of just take a break.
I only wanted 1 week, but
we got two, but that's not always a bad thing. So we are back, and we are ready to get the ball rolling again, as Chris Jericho would like to say.
It was a little quick summer vacation. Now we back on the ball. Y'all can start listening again because
we're here to provide content for your ears and your eyes if you are watching on YouTube, and that's pretty cool. And so anyway, so what's today? Today is July 8th. Okay, so since we were last on the show, the 4th of July weekend happened, which was very different for everybody this year, or most people.
I didn't do much of anything.
I was waiting for you to pass out.
No, I was burping. I was burping.
I know. It was probably it is, in fact, the least eventful 4th of July that I've ever had, obviously, given the circumstances with everything going on.
Well, I was kind of trying to make mine, I don't want to say trying to make it less eventful, but I was purposely not intending to go all out like I have in the past, but that has kind of died off for me for the last few years anyway. Just
any reason even the last few years, what was stopping you from doing the full American,
Just a lot of stuff that's being protested right now is one big reason. And don't get me wrong, I know people are gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh, you're anti-American." No, you fuck. I'm fucking swore to uphold the Constitution. I served this country for years, so like I know the Constitution. That's what I'm here for. So when I hear people saying, let's put it this way, this country has not fully lived up to the Constitution yet, even though some of the Constitution could probably be rewritten. But again, all men are created equal has not been lived up to, that type of stuff. So it is what it is.
Okay, fair.
I'm just not running around toting flags, screaming America all damn. I love this country. Don't get me wrong. Again, I served it. I swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States against all terrorists, foreign and domestic. So take that as you will.
All right. Well, I think that is a very fair assessment. Yeah. But for me, I'm always working, and that's a thing. But I got off kind of late. I didn't really know what to do. I know that people were kind of all over the place, and I wasn't feeling it, man, to be honest with you. Like, I got off late. It's like, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to have a few beers, and then I got to go home. Like, I don't know. I really wasn't feeling it this year.
Sounds like a normal day for you, though.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So. That's very. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I didn't do much. I laid in the house until it got. It was plus it's been hot as fuck the last few days.
Yes, it's been very bad outside in the local DMV area.
I don't go outside, bro. Like I have not been outside. This is probably. I take that back. Today, no, Sunday I went grocery shopping. Today is probably the first day that I went outside before the sun went completely down.
And it sucks, right?
Oh, it's fucking hot.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Well, it's obviously the heat. So I was at work and we were taking some trash out, and the back of my store is just this huge asphalt parking lot.
Fuck no! All you see is fucking heat waves.
Yeah,
rising
and the dumpster, it looks like it's farther than it is because all the heat waves and stuff. And we were taking some trash out, man, and I was thinking, holy fucking shit, it is hot as shit out here, dude. Mm-hmm. I went back in my store. My store is still pretty hot inside too because we do have the oven running in there. We have AC, but I don't know. My store's AC has always had issues. Well, maybe I should change my air filters from time to time. That would probably help.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I've recently changed them about a week ago. So, But yeah, it's been fucking miserable outside. So going to sit outside at a local establishment, I know people have kind of been going out more, obviously, with the summer summertime being here.
Very little. Not near as much as I was going out.
No. That's me too. I would say I've been a little bad the last week and a half, without being out a little more. But I'm still trying to keep it to the same group of people in the same places and that kind of thing.
I think I'm starting to get more adjusted to this whole working from home thing. Like at first I was like, I'm not doing shit, and I don't know. It was a lot going through my head.
I mean, as is everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody was going through a lot of shit, and then I think now finally I've kind of gotten comfortable with working from home. I've noticed I have to. Well, recently I've been going to sleep early as fuck, and then I'll try to sleep through the night, but I've been waking up around like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Me sleeping through all this time, like there's no drinking, I'm not going out, none of that shit. I'm sleeping. I'm getting the sleep I should be getting.
Yeah.
Like to help your brain like clear out all the bullshit because that's part of sleeping.
Yeah.
So then I'll wake up at 5, and I'm like, at first I was like, fuck, it's fucking early as shit. I'm not going outside and doing no exercise. Like jiu-jitsu is my exercise. I know people are gonna talk shit, but I don't give a fuck. Like that's what I do. Like running in place and lifting weights, that shit's not fun to me. Like I chose jiu-jitsu because it got me in shape. So when that shit comes back, I'll be back on that anyway. But 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, I'm like, fuck, I can do whatever the fuck I want for the next, I don't know, like I started work at 9 with like 3 or 4 hours, depending on what time I wake up. So I watched I watched a couple shows, gotten through a couple shows in the morning, had breakfast, and then when 8:30, 9 o'clock rolls around, I turn on the laptop, start working a little bit. I might even start working before that, like maybe 6 or 7.
So working from home, I've never done this in my life ever, and maybe one day that will be a thing. So do you
put them plans into action, buddy?
And write them down. Write down your goals.
Guess what? You could do this from home if we fucking make this shit big enough.
Big enough. Yeah, that's what she said. But anyway.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay, so do you work a regular schedule in terms of your hours? Like, do you work all day the same hours you would if you were at work, or is it limited, or is it cut in half? And for people out there that don't know, which I'm sure I'm in a minority when it comes to that.
These days, I don't know, it's probably 50-50 these days.
Okay.
But it's going to start leaning toward people working from home more and more. Actually, a lot of places have reevaluated their whole situation. Like, I'm probably not going to be going back because I don't have to. My job doesn't require me to be on the site.
Yeah, okay.
I'm probably not going to be going in for a while.
Okay.
But the way it works is the way my department works. We have to be. We have core hours. We have to be on. 9 to 5 is the core hours.
Okay.
So
I mean, yeah,
everyone's expected to be on at some point. Now, when I was going in, I had a special schedule because I lived so far away and traffic was crazy, I would get there early as fuck. I would get there at 7 to skip all the traffic going north toward DC, and then leave at 3 so I could skip all the traffic coming back home. Which traffic is crazy. Either way, it still takes me an hour to get to work if I'm leaving that early.
Traffic around here fucking sucks.
Yeah,
It's just a horrible part of the area we live in.
So when this whole shit went down, like I was hoping I could do my normal 7 to whatever joint, but to keep up appearances, you kind of have to be on till 5 because other departments are on 5. If someone sends you a message at 3 and you get off at 3, then it looks bad
if you just leave it.
Leave it for 2 hours plus the next morning.
I understand that completely.
So I'd rather just do the 9 to 5 hours. Like I'm still at home. I'm not fucking driving anywhere. I'm saving mad gas mileage. I'm saving mad wear and tear on my car. Which, shit, fucking 2.5 years of that shit. I got a lot of more miles in on my car than I would like to have. But.
Yeah, honestly, the vehicle I have now, I've driven it across state lines a handful of times, and most of it, I've done a ton of delivery in it, man. Honestly, a lot. I would say several thousand miles. Nothing, crazy. But
isn't there a way on taxes you can write that off? Like, is that shit?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. I don't know really how to explain it.
No, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure you can do that.
Yeah, what? Oh, for your gas and everything?
Yeah,
of course. I know how to do it.
Why are you not doing that? I mean, I know you probably don't drive as much as you used to, but
no. It's technically not my job title anymore. It's like if I go out on a delivery right now, it's because of everything that's going on. We're shorthanded in some areas. Like I have adequate staff, but then I have people that work regular day jobs. I have people that are doing things throughout the day, to take care of what they need to take care of, and that's why most of my staff works in the evening. For example, today, my opening driver transmission blew out in his car, so I went down to the store for.
That's no good.
Yeah, it's an older car. It's
turn that shit off.
Wow, I don't even know who this is. Okay.
These nuts, motherfucker. Tell him you're in the middle of a podcast. Look, matter of fact, call him and have him on.
Yeah. No, you don't want to listen to that guy.
He might be funny.
Well, yeah, all he's going to do is insult me. So, which is
would
funny.
be funny.
Yeah, okay. You're right. So I went down to the store. We're calling people to, hey, can you come in and all this. And I was able to, luckily enough, get a hold of somebody who he runs his own business, his own cleaning business. And he said, hey, man, like I can come in. I'm off early. I can be there in 30 minutes. So we waited for him. But those are the scenarios where either an order might be getting late, or if you're short-staffed because of that, then I feel obligated to make sure, because at the end of the day, it's still my responsibility. Getting that food to that person's door is what, it's the whole basis of my job, or to the counter or whatever. Like, we make food. Mm-hmm. So if I would rather take the delivery myself to avoid a complaint, all this, because, again, we provide a service to people. And, we have to, uphold that and all that, other stuff. We don't have to, because I've seen places where it's, like, really bad. And I couldn't imagine, doing that, because my anxiety, like, personally, if the way I view my job and the way I've done my job, the way I was taught how to do my job, is that you never in this business, you never give it, 50, 60, 70, 80%. You always give 100. You have to give 100 every single day. And what that means is you need to be on top of your shit constantly. Now, if there's a scenario where there's literally nothing you can do about it, like, and you feel something's going to be excessive, it's going to be late, it's going to be something crazy or something like that, which is very rare for me, thank God. You call that customer and say, hey, this is a situation, how can I, make this better for you, that kind of thing. And generally, 90%, I would say 95% of people were very understanding about it. So, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you, big guy. So I'm going to drink my beer now.
The fuck? Where are your fucking koozies? God.
My koozies, by the way, speaking of koozies, if you need a koozie for your boozy, please visit the Mad Scientist Lab shop and get yourself one. I should probably visit there simply because I don't have. Well, mine are here, okay. I don't know. Like they're in the cupboard. My family rearranges the cupboard all the time. I can go get it if you.
Speaking of that, somebody else was supposed to buy one. They never showed up. Of course, just like the rest of the guests. But anyway,
Okay.
Did I say that out loud?
No, just relax. Just relax.
So yeah, we're out here in the middle of Blackwater, in front of Blackwater Saloon. If any of you are unfamiliar, this is a scene or a section from Red Dead Redemption 2, which is probably one of the best games of the
2010s.
2010s.
Yeah, that's how they're being classified.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. And something that came out that we didn't really get to talk about is The Last of Us 2 came out.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
Okay, so now I know a lot of people out there have probably beaten it by now. I have not. So,
nah, they haven't.
Well, no. I shit.
No, I'm saying not people that watch this joint. I doubt it.
Okay, but if you have beaten it, I haven't heard anything. Nothing has been spoiled. Don't spoil it for people. That shit is the worst possible thing you can do. Movies, games, books.
You know,
I don't care.
I was watching something on YouTube. I was scrolling through
hate
something,
that shit.
And
I don't read comments.
I forgot exactly what it was. Oh no, it was somebody. Oh no, it was the comedian Hannibal Buress.
Okay.
He on his YouTube channel, he was like introducing some old video that he did because comedians they can't do anything right now, especially if they live in LA. But he was showing some old footage of him at some comedy festival that is every year in Canada, I think. But it was from like 2012, and he was showing that. Plus, he was playing The Last of Us 2. So I was like, oh, this looks cool because Hannibal Buress is one of my favorite comics, and I was watching it, and he was going back and forth, and he started to play the game. First he said he didn't even play the first game, so he didn't know what. And then he was asking people like, which level should I go on? And he ended up picking what's the highest one?
I don't know. I've played about 3 hours.
I think it's Survivor is the highest one.
Oh, you mean difficulty?
Difficulty.
Oh, I'm just honestly my first playthrough. I just do it on normal.
Well, this is the thing. Like he's never played this shit before, and he's asking the audience, "What should I pick?" And I'm telling in my head, I'm like, "You should pick fucking light, bro, because you've never played this shit before." So he ends up picking Survivor, like the highest joint.
Oh, he's getting wrecked.
I didn't watch because then as soon as he started getting into the game. When he finally got into the game, like 20 minutes into the whole fucking broadcast, which was 2 hours, like I was like, wait a minute, no, I don't want this shit ruined. So I had to, I turned it off. I was like, oh,
yeah, that's a game.
The spoiler alert clicked in my own head. I'm like, no, I'm about to fuck it up for myself.
So I know we've talked about this before. Me personally, I feel in any form of entertainment, whether it's a movie, a book, a game, wrestling, shit, fighting, anything. Story is the very core fundamental of what makes it, it's what brings it life.
Yeah, that storytelling is what life is. Like you're just giving a different perspective of a different story.
So with that being said, when you have forms of entertainment that are on high levels of expectations, like The Last of Us 2, or even when the Endgame came out, the Avengers, because that was such a big, don't spoil it, something that everybody can't wait to see. People that ruin that stuff are assholes, man. Because taking away that initial first experience of like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
But I think we talked about this before, but there has to be some type of time limit.
Oh yeah, no, and I get that. I get that. So, but me personally, if I know it's going to be a while before I want to play something or watch something, I try to avoid conversation. Not, like it's not my highlight of my day, but I'll avoid reading comments on a Facebook post or clicking on an article with the game.
Oh, yeah.
Simply because I know that there's going to be a person in there that is going to say something, and it's going to ruin it for me.
Well, that's kind of why, like I said, I backed out of that joint because I know it's going to be a minute before I even download the game. Because I go in and out of video game cycles. Like I have cycles that I go in because it's probably part of the ADD shit, but I'll go full into some shit and then I'll get bored and I'll be gone for a minute. And then I'll be like, you know what? I need to get back on that shit. I go full into some shit and then I'll pull back on it again. So, like, that's how I am with video games. As soon as I fucking download that game, I'm gonna fucking be fully into video games and it's gonna fuck up a lot of other shit.
No, I mean, well, I think with anything in life, you have to have balance of things, obviously. Moderation is key, that kind of thing.
When it comes to games, man, I have to beat the shit.
No. You're telling the wrong guy, man. I know. There's nobody that I know more, besides maybe a very good handful of my friends, that like to be committed to them in the manner that we are or would like to be. But I also know that in real life, I have responsibilities. I have things to take care of. I think that's everybody. I'm pretty sure more than half the planet. If they could,
do you stay up till 3 or 4 o'clock?
No,
5 o'clock in the morning.
Not anymore.
That's this guy.
No, I know how.
As soon as I get on there, that's how long I'm on there until I beat that shit.
Most of the days that I play are obviously my off days, so I will take basically both days. And I mean, if I have to do other things in between, that's fine. But I'll sit down, I'll binge for a little bit, I'll take a break for a while, I'll go back to binging, because I've been playing for so long that I know it's like. So you're talking about how you fall into repetitions. So I know I need to work on this game. I'll do it for this amount of time, then I'll do this for this amount of time. Take a break, get back
blocking.
to. Yeah, but the thing is that I know that if I'm up till 4 or 5 in the morning every day doing that, I'm like, at least the position in my job, I would no longer have it because I'd oversleep, my store would burn to the ground, all that. So I have to put that commitment, first. Obviously, it's my livelihood. But as much as I would like to, I've just learned to, say no. So I would say about 11:30 midnight is when I cut off. On my off days. That's when
I get started, baby.
No. Because once 12:30 hits, it's like, okay, let me lay down, maybe watch an episode or something, and I'll gradually pass out and wake up at 8:30 and go.
Nah, because here
do my job and
I'm gonna tell you how my brain works. So I'll do my 9 to 5 shit, right? I'm not even gonna start from the beginning. If I'm playing video games, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna do my 9 to 5 shit. I'm gonna get off. I might take. I don't know. I might take an hour nap, maybe. I might not even take a nap. It depends on how I feel. But I'm gonna take a little break away from screens for a second.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't really think that you look at one all day.
All fucking day.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really think about it like that, man.
So I'll do that break, and then I'll be like, and shit, it's kind of hard to explain because if it was not COVID or pre-COVID, I would have probably done jiu-jitsu or whatever. So I would have come home. It would have been late anyway. It would have been like 10 o'clock at night anyway. So I took a shower. By the time I'm done with a shower and kind of wind down, I turn the video game at like 11:30.
Yeah.
But that cycle, even though I can't do jiu-jitsu at this moment, that cycle has not stopped. Like, I'm still working 9 to 5.
No, I hear you.
Doing whatever I have to do in between, maybe working on some other stuff that I want to work on, maybe something for here or whatever.
I feel like we live on bar time.
Nah,
well, at least me.
No,
like,
I'm not on bar time. Not at all. Like, I'm definitely not on bar time. Like,
bar time.
But then after whatever I do, then it's like time for me to unwind from everything because I've worked all day for somebody else. Then I've done what I need to do for whatever my stuff is that I want to accomplish in my business and this. I don't know why I put that in quotes, but so then it's like, you know what? I need some time for myself. So I'm either gonna be watching something on Netflix, something on YouTube, or I'm playing video games. No, that's my downtime before it's time for me to actually lay it down.
Okay, no, I hear you, man.
So, YouTube, Netflix, I can probably start to get sleepy just watching, which isn't, you're not supposed to watch any screens an hour before you fall asleep, but whatever. But video games, it stimulates my brain to the point where I'm not going to get off of there until I complete something or I'm just totally exhausted and I'm like, yo, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta wake up to do work tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that's I understand, man. When I was younger and I didn't have obviously nearly half the responsibilities that I do now. It is on vibrate, so I don't know why it's making noise.
What noise was that?
That's the ESPN app.
Oh, it's not on full on. It's on. I don't
No,
know. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it's
Go
all right.
ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I used to do that when I was younger. You're up all night, on the sticks, and you're working for your next skin or your next rank or something like that. But I didn't have that commitment. But see, even now, like even when I get off, like I always tell myself maybe I should have got off an hour before because my downtime, like my decompression time, is laying down actually, and focusing on a TV show or even watching something on YouTube because I don't do those things throughout the day, like at all. So that's kind of my like unwinding process. Like I guess I've always taken.
It's similar. It sounds similar.
Yeah, well, I've always taken games like seriously, especially so they get me.
I'm not as serious with the games. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm not saying that I'm a hardcore gamer. What I'm saying is,
I've seen them.
if I play a game, if I'm in the middle of playing a game, like I have to see it through. Like, and it's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, it's fine, man. I get it. I understand completely. So, with that being said, also something that happened while we were kind of taking our 2-week break, we can touch on this just a little bit, is they decriminalized marijuana here in Virginia. In Virginia. We are living in a time
This
where...
is why my eyes are covered so you can't track them.
I'm wearing these because...
Big Brother tracking facial shit. I know.
I don't know why I'm wearing
I'm bullshitting. And it doesn't match black people very well anyway, so I'm good.
So, okay. So, wow. Anyway.
I mean, I could go into that take of the week if you want, but go ahead.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Something that we are actually experiencing, and I will say as somebody who's advocated these things for pretty much my entire adult life, it's really cool to see that they're taking steps, forward to legalization because of basically the benefits, of what cannabis does and CBD.
I don't think it's the benefit.
Dude, there's a lot of benefits to that stuff. Well, maybe that's not the reason they're decriminalizing it.
Yeah, there's more political reasons.
I believe that. But I'm just saying there's so much benefit from it.
Both sides, CBD and THC.
And what I was going to say, it's just cool to see and it's cool to witness. And hopefully that we get into the steps of, fully legalizing it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably like, oh, it makes you dumb. And, the stigma that surrounds it. That's,
that's propaganda. That's propaganda.
Yeah. So there's just so much good that comes from it. So I'm just
happy. That's like saying eating too much, I don't know, spinach makes you dumb. Or if you smoke spinach, you're dumb. It makes you dumb. Like, it's a fucking plant. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and that's, I hear you, dude.
Spinach has mad nutritional value. If you study the brain, if anyone's ever studied the brain, there are certain receptors in the human brain that are welcoming to CBD. I don't want to get into the THC area of it. I haven't done enough studying it. I haven't done enough studying either one, but I know there's benefits to CBD, and it comes from cannabis. So
we need somebody on here that can really just give us the good old schooling of these topics. That way we don't sound... Because we would, this is something we'd like to talk about.
Who... Shit, I don't know if I know anybody that could actually talk about that.
I might have a person.
I don't want no fucking joke. I was talking about somebody who knows...
Like knows
the
it,
science,
knows it?
The science
the science behind it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe that could be like a group project. We can look up weed and all sorts of other shit.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. Like, I don't know, I have a problem with it. We could all try to talk about it. We would need to find somebody who's actually versed in the science of it and why.
I actually have the perfect person. However, he does live in Colorado, believe it or not.
I mean, we could do a Zoom through and still.
I
have
might
everything
have
through.
to actually. Yeah, he's very smart when it comes to this. He was my neighbor for many years.
Okay, well then, actually,
I will go out of my way, and I will.
out of your way.
And okay, don't put it. But all right.
Folks, look,
Oh God, put your glasses.
this must
back
be
on.
said. No,
That's why they fell.
this must be said.
I'm listening. Reach for my other beer.
Look, we've been doing this show. This is episode 51. We've been doing this show.
Yeah. I was watching that.
Well, totally, we've done this show, 3 years, 3.5 years?
It's been a while. Makes me feel old.
Yes, we probably should have had more shows in there. We all got distracted by certain
Life.
things. However, I think at this point, and I would hope the audience would agree, people who have been involved with this long enough should also be contributing to getting guests and figure out who should be on the show and what goes into the show.
All right.
Instead of having everything fall on me.
Okay, so the breeze from all the shade that I'm catching right now.
Ain't no breeze, bro. These are facts. This is the ocean breeze blowing at you. Like,
with all the
fuck.
salt.
Yes. Like, dog, I cannot do it all by myself. I can't.
I know.
I can't.
I understand this.
So what I'm saying is, if we're gonna do a show, have the fucking
common courtesy.
background
All right.
for the fucking episode done.
There's so many things I like.
If we know we can't find a guest and you know somebody in fucking Colorado who can talk about weed,
All right.
get it done.
All right. Here is my promise to the listeners and viewers of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast and to Jared himself. I will do a better job.
Don't just say it, man.
Speak it into existence.
Like, Jesus.
I was watching.
fucking do every fucking thing.
Okay. So before Jared murders me off camera,
I really don't think you understand.
I do. I guess you're right. Okay.
Think about it. Yes. Appreciate this space that we're using.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, we're in my fucking house, bro. It's like,
Where was it before that?
all right, we were in your house.
Okay.
Sitting on that nice couch.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
with your Art of War book next to us, you know.
I can't even find it. Look, I was thinking about I was gonna read that this fucking week and I couldn't even find that book. Actually, no, the book of 5 rings is what I'm looking for. I have that somewhere. I can't find it anywhere. Anyway, yeah, all this is fucking set up. We're sitting here. You sit here for an hour, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours, however long we fucking do it, and that's the end for you.
You're right. It is. That's the end for me.
For me, I have to make sure the shit's playing on here, upload it to fucking the fucking cloud, re-download it because this fucking computer sucks, to another computer so I can fucking edit it.
That one doesn't plug in
Add
properly.
the fucking shit to it. You know the little shit where it says RJ the pizza guy and all that shit. Yeah, I have to do that.
Yeah, but you're skilled.
And where it says fuck it. Oh, let's not forget about the website, madscientistlabpodcast.com. Go check it out. It's probably up here somewhere.
It is. It's right above us. Right now.
I have to fucking update that, which I haven't done in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, because I'm fucking tired.
Tired of this shit.
Not tired. It's just I'm not tired of this shit. I can't do it all myself, is all I'm saying.
All right. So I will not even say in my
Anybody want
defense,
to be an intern, come on out. I ain't paying shit because we ain't making no money.
we ain't making no goddamn bread doing this shit.
We're just having fun.
Yeah, having a great time.
But I need help from the...
we need help. Jared needs help from me.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. All right, we've settled that. And yeah.
This is a new milestone we're moving into.
We're moving into it.
We're gonna
The next 50 episodes I'm contributing.
We're gonna have some upgrades hopefully coming.
I was watching the fucking what's that shit that Dave Chappelle made fun of that president. What was his name?
That wasn't the president. That was
The candidate, the guy that.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Hold on, what was his name? Hold on, it was
I forgot.
Howard Dean. That shit is way too funny. I'm not allowed to play that, am I? Like the audio?
Yeah. We can pull it up here.
Hold on.
You know something? You know something?
Dude,
If you had told us 1 year ago that we were going to come in third in Iowa,
I had this shit just
we would have
crack.
given anything for that. And you know something? You know something? Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota
Jesus
and
Christ,
Oregon
bro.
and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
I'm sorry, dude. That sounds like he was about to go main event WrestleMania or something, bro.
I thought it was pure.
Pya! Well, that was Dave
That's what
Chappelle's.
Dave
Yeah. But do you know what's, dude? That shit's so funny. Like I know that it's kind of, I wouldn't say old, but I saw some made me think about it the other day, and I watched it earlier, and I forgot how fucking hilarious that shit is. Oh god, that was funny.
I'm not seeing any of that shit these days.
No, just remember when running for president, that was something that people were actually worried about.
Running for president? Well, shit, you can't even do that anymore. You have to do everything from a Zoom call now.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. So I had my first ever, I felt so professional today. Well, I didn't, and I did. We had a conference call with like 50 people on it, and then the guy speaking was from HR. And that's the very first time I've ever been a part of anything like that. You know how everybody's like, "Oh, I have a meeting in the morning and this and that."
Yeah,
never
sucks.
Yeah, I believe it because this meeting sucked. Okay, but this is the very first time I've ever experienced anything like this. So I was just like, "Oh, I am super professional now." Like I classify. So I didn't know what they were going to talk about.
Welcome to the 21st century working world.
I didn't know what they were going to talk about. It's like, oh, HR wants to say something, and I was like, oh my god. But they didn't even really say anything. That like it was maybe 10, 15 minutes of him talking about not what to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Does HR ever have anything really to say?
No, but I was thinking, I was like, the way they made it sound is that this was super important. But he said things that everybody,
It's always super important.
that everybody should already know. Like, don't
grope
There are
women.
difficult times among us, obviously. This is your time to be a leader, which I always am, by the way.
Don't sexual harass.
And that is word
your
is bond.
coworkers.
Okay, yeah, don't touch people. Don't make fun of them. Don't laugh at them. So I like, honestly, as somebody's
call them
boss, I've
retards.
probably broken all these rules, besides the
You
harassment
call them
thing.
retards?
No, I don't call them fucking retards.
don't do
That's
that.
horrible.
The
fucking
new
rip
term
it.
is TikToks.
Nah, it's TikToks? That's... What about soft heads?
No. Oh, that might be worse.
That's actually... No, I play online with a guy that always says that shit. And I was like, why do you say that? And he's like... He actually uses it to refer to people that don't know what they're doing in the game. However, it is a horrible term.
Yeah, that's bad.
And we're going
Soft
to
heads.
lose all our endorsements.
He said soft heads.
No,
TikTok's it's Tom Segura and his wife on their podcast. They call people who are because you're not supposed to say retard anymore.
Yeah.
They say
it's
TikToks.
it's
they say
understandable.
TikToks because the people who are on TikTok.
Do you know what's crazy, man? Like, so I'm obviously like a dinosaur when it comes to all these apps and stuff. Like, I had
to delete mine because of the whole China tracking information and shit.
Yeah, well, like I'm gonna delete mine. So I watched a video that somebody sent me through text, but in order for me to watch it, I had to download the app. So I just downloaded it to watch it. So it is on my phone. I've used it no more than that.
It used to be on my phone. I mean, I still have the account. I just don't have the app on my phone, so I'm not actively uploading. Like I was like, but there's a cool fucking app though. There's funny shit on there. It's just
I think having the creativity to think of that, like it shows people's creativity, but obviously there are, underlying other issues that are, I guess, fucking it up.
Again, I'm an American, and I don't want the Chinese knowing my shit.
So, but basically what he was saying, the HR guy, and obviously he's got to do his job, but you have to be leaders through this difficult time and this and that, and you have to be empathetic with people, and that's not sympathy, and sympathy is something, and it's like, dude, I know all this, and I'm sure everybody that he was talking to.
Oh, you mean to be a human being? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Basically say, because I know he's speaking on this because somebody somewhere is fucking all this shit up.
Oh yeah, of course. There's always a fuck up somewhere.
And that's understandable to
What do
obviously.
they say? Fucking one bad apple ruins the bunch. Much like, never mind.
No.
I'm not gonna go there.
Relax.
You don't even know what I was gonna say.
I don't, but relax. All right. So, no, but it was done in 15 minutes, and I was just like, yeah. And that was it. That was like the highlight of my day. And then you came over, and we're doing the show. So that's
like a great.
It's very uneventful.
Yeah,
it was very, very, very uneventful. That's
most meetings are uneventful and they're worthless, and there's no point in having any.
He's
of
like,
them.
we know what it's like to be understaffed. I was like, no, you don't. Like that kind of thing.
Meetings are pointless. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
It's okay. It's all right. So that was about it. What else?
Send me that shit over email, motherfucker. I don't need to fucking have a group meeting about some shit that doesn't even pertain to me. Let's have a department meeting. No, let's fucking just send me an email of their talking points that you were going to say that I don't give a fuck about anyway, because it doesn't pertain to me. Anyway.
No, well, I was going to say that these meetings may apply to some people, but not I. RJ, the pizza guy. All right?
So have the meetings with the people that it applies to.
Okay, so it's just all fucked up. It's all.
Meetings are shit. That's all I have to say.
Meetings suck.
Meetings are the worst.
They're really odd.
Elon Musk doesn't even like having meetings.
Well, I don't know as much about that guy as you do, but I just know that
he doesn't like having meetings.
I mean,
like, they're pointless. Like, you know what the job is go do your job. If I was running a company, semi what I do, go do. You know what you have to do. Go do it. I shouldn't have to be fucking hovering over you. If I have to hover over you to do this shit, holla.
Did I do okay?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out next week, depending on who the guest is.
Holla. That's right.
Like,
holla. So
I will be sitting in my own basement doing this shit by myself.
So anyway, yeah, no bullshit. Jared's basically fed up with me. He's right here, and I'm only this tall. So here for anybody out there listening, and we hope that you are. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please shoot us a message. Me or Jared, or even Greg. We love you, Greg. And we would be more than happy to have you come on and shoot the shit and talk about whatever, man. What's going on in your life, what's going on in the world.
Here's the problem with that.
Well,
a lot of people say they want to be on the show.
Now, before viewer discretion is advised. Okay, go ahead, Jared.
A lot of people say they want to be on the show, but then when we hit them up and it's time to be on the show, we don't hear from them, or there's some type of excuse. So, like I said before, and I've kind of gone back on my word on a couple of these, but now I'm putting my foot down. If you vocalized that you wanted to be on the show before, and we asked you to be on the show at some point, and you fucking come up with some kind of excuse at some point, you're not getting asked again. After that, it's on you to come to us, and we'll set the date. Like, yo, can you do this date? And you say you agree to that date, that's fine. But guess what? You don't show up, I'm not asking you again.
Not a fucking again.
I don't give a fuck if you got a business to promote. I don't give a fuck if you got fucking bar locations that you want to be at or that you're gonna be at. I don't give a fuck about any of that. This is kind of to help everybody within the community. If you don't got shit to share, then there's no need for you to be here. That's it.
But there's a reason that we are here at the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. It's to bring entertainment and joy.
You be trying to be too diplomatic. Fuck them motherfuckers, man.
Hello, friends. The views of Jared are not the views of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Oh, goodness. Man, do you know what we really need? So the other day, I had an edible, okay, for the first time in a while. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Man, those things are fucking badass, dude.
They're pretty cool.
Dude, those things are badass. I was just sitting there, and I felt like I could go out and just fucking churn butter, dude. Or fucking
And churn butter.
Yeah, or fucking sit back and peel potatoes. I was just that relaxed. I just felt
That makes you want to peel potatoes?
dude. It's a form of expression. I feel like I could just sit there, you know, and be.
I wouldn't want to do shit.
Well, I would feel content with myself if I did those things. But then when I got in my car and I drove home, I felt like I was in the Starship Enterprise, dude. I'm trying to tell you. I was just like, dude, it was fucking.
I was watching
crazy.
that today. I was watching The Next Generation today.
The Next Generation.
Yeah, it was kind of some of the later. I think it was like late season 6, season 7.
Yeah.
Yes, I know them that well because I've seen every episode like
I seen it all.
at least 5 times. Every episode of all 7 seasons, probably at least 5 times.
All right. Well, speaking of episodes and things of this nature, you know, I was talking about the Undertaker's documentary on the WWE. He's officially
I thought we were done with him.
well, he's done. But I was gonna say about a week ago. I think it was about a week ago.
Just about a week ago.
Okay, so there was that infamous match with him and Mick Foley where he was thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell, and then he was choke slammed through the center of the cage, and none of that was. Well, the first spot where he threw him off, they contemplated doing that, but they did it anyway. But I want to say, yeah, obviously about a week ago or so, that was the 22nd anniversary of that happening, and I was watching and listening to a little bit of documentary on that, and it was fascinating.
Some shit.
Oh, no, it's for wrestling fans. It's for fans, all right?
Some shit.
God damn it, man. I hate people.
It was some doo-doo.
People just
On a
you think you know
platter.
everything, and you don't.
It was on a platter with some spam on the side and some sauerkraut that just slid off the plate.
And next week, I have it actually already in motion. It's not done yet because I've been fucking around. We will have some Twitch for you guys. Yeah.
Wait, Twitch for us? You recording it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I have to drop it in. Is that what you're
I
saying?
will try to see if I can make that happen. I am still fucking around with it because I'm learning.
Okay, so here's what I'm asking you. Are you just streaming it straight to Twitch?
I am, but if I am streaming it to Twitch, I know that it can be recorded.
Yeah.
And then we can drop little tidbits of
How are you recording it?
through my Xbox. But
Okay.
the thing is, since you have to have a Twitch account, you can actually go to Twitch itself, like the website, and you can probably dig up what I have streamed to broadcast.
Well, we
it.
have the Mad Scientist Lab Twitch account.
We do.
Like, that's kind of part of what kind of the upgrade that I'm looking at doing is we can stream the show live through Twitch. I haven't looked out the logistics yet, which
We could become like a gaming channel. We are.
well,
Oh my god.
it's more of a connection.
Yes.
It's more of a
Alright.
connection
Sorry.
than anything. We'll have to work out the logistics. Like, here's the thing, RJ. Like, this is the first you've actually become serious about it. I told you about the
I know,
Twitch
but
thing a while ago.
I let my job just consume my entire body.
So,
Oh, shit.
like we have to figure out
Like this.
logistically and marketing wise how we can put all this together.
I like what you're saying.
I need you to again.
Be-
Here's what I'm saying about
Contribute to the show.
no. Writing down your strategy, like what's your end goal, what's your why, all this shit, because it will help formulate where a lot of this stuff goes. I don't want to explain all of it on the show.
It's okay, man. Don't worry. I understand.
I just need you to fucking step your game up.
All right. So with that being said,
No, we're not done.
I'm done. Wait. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. I'm just
got
talking
10
shit.
minutes. You got 10 minutes.
I got talking shit. Relax. Calm down. Relax there, big guy. Don't want you to get-
I do one big thing I want to talk about.
What's that?
Last week, Actually, it was 2 spacewalks last week.
Spacewalking.
Yeah, the 2. If you notice my shirt, But
NASA,
anyway, yeah.
who is basically formalized.
The 2 guys we talked about it a couple weeks ago. 2 of the astronauts that went to the International Space Station. It's been about a month now. Excuse me. It was actually spacewalking, and the other one was like the commander of the spacewalking. I forgot their names, but so we had a couple spacewalks last week. They were basically replacing old batteries with new batteries, and yeah, that was it. And then I watched this cool thing on the it's by Time Magazine. It's called A Year in Space. It's about Scott Kelly, who is an identical twin. I think his brother's name is Mark Kelly. Identical twins, both astronauts, and Scott spent a year, close to a year, 346 days in space. And it was just basically a documentary of him going through the beginning. This came out in 2015. I just found it on Netflix, but
It's called what?
A Year in Space.
It's a documentary on Netflix?
On Netflix, yes.
Okay.
It's by Time Magazine. They're like 15-minute episodes, and it's like 12 episodes, something like that.
Okay.
It's very, very informative. I loved it. If you're a fan of this show and you know that I'm a fan of space exploration and all that shit, I highly recommend it. A Year in Space. It's about Scott Kelly. He spent a year in space, and it talks about his whole journey from taking off and even before he became one of the year guys in space, all the way down to them landing. And it was just very informative. There's a lot of stuff that like you didn't realize that went wrong. Like if you follow that whole shit, you didn't realize that certain things went wrong multiple times.
When does this take place? Like this whole ordeal of him going to space?
I think the documentary was done in 2016, so it was 2015.
Okay, so roughly five
About
years.
5 years ago.
So. Okay.
But yeah, but basically, because they're both identical twins, they're studying both of them because they've both been in space, but Scott's been in space for an entire year, and this is to study how the human body would react on a trip to going to Mars. So it's a lot of science, a lot of little science stuff, a lot of little tech stuff, but it was very interesting to see how much shit actually went wrong that we never hear about on Earth.
Okay.
That goes wrong up there. And it's not like catastrophic shit, but it could get catastrophic, you know.
Yeah, you say that, and you never really think about that one guy that's averted, mission abort, that had blew up the asteroid that no one knew about, or something,
Well,
while we're sitting here.
They kind of go into it. There was one incident that they go into that did happen, and I was like, well, again, I'm into this shit, so like, it might not be super fun for other people, but if you're into that type of shit, then please go watch that shit. Even if you're not, just watch it. It's very interesting, very informative. You learn a lot more about space than you would ever think that you would know, or would. I don't know. Just watch it. A Year in Space. It's on Netflix. It's an easy watch.
Nice.
You don't have to understand all the science. Just watch it and just
Something to keep your mind at bay, so to speak. Well, not at bay.
No,
that is not the word.
just something to more open your mind about.
Okay.
Like that.
Didn't know what I wanted to say there.
And then you get to see a lot of shots of the Earth from up there. To it, we did a background from the International Space Station. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
250 some miles above the Earth, and you see a lot of shots, and it's just like, man, like they're and they talk about the philosophy of the whole shit. They talk about how like Like at one point, somebody said it at some point, and it clicked in my head, and I was like, "Yo, you're fucking right." Like, so they go up there, and if anything happens on Earth, on the fucking planet, that is catastrophic, nobody can help them. They're stuck up there. Like, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, I guess
there's only 6 to 9 people left.
Oh shit! Look what's happening, bro. Like
exactly. So that's like, tell you, man. A Year in Space. Watch that shit. That shit will open your fucking mind.
All right, I was actually watching this Unsolved Mysteries thing. I know it's kind of cliche.
That's been popping up on mine too. I haven't gotten to it.
I've watched 3 episodes because I do like I guess like many people out there, I do like the little crime thing, the murder, like as horrible as it is fascinating to an extent.
Sounds like a girl to me, but
yeah. Yeah. He said I'm a bitch. But just relax.
I didn't say that.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. But
you said that.
Touche. So, no, I've watched a few episodes of that, and it was cool, man. I mean, it's creepy, but some of these stories, and you really start thinking of the scenarios and the way these things happen. I don't know. I just like the way it intrigues my interest, and it's like, oh, what? Yeah, you really think like, how does this happen? Where do these people go? It leaves you wondering, and I think I like that. And it's not obviously what happened, but just a open interpretation to your own ideas of, oh, maybe this happened, or maybe that happened, or this and that. So I just always, find stuff like that pretty fascinating. And that's what I've been recently watching. And then I watched Silence of the Lambs last night, just because. Yeah, well, and I haven't seen it in forever, to be honest with you. I haven't seen it.
I remember.
I watched it and I was like, yeah, I still love this movie, but I haven't watched it forever.
I used to be scared of it as a kid, not knowing what it was. And then when I watched it I think I was in the Marine Corps when I finally watched it. And I was like, yo, this fucking movie is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great film.
That's a fucking great Jodie Foster's fine ass.
I always feel like there's something when I watch that movie that I pick up that I didn't see at the time before.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's one of those
mannerisms
deep, that's a deep movie.
And that's why it won all those, awards, Best Pictures.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Buffalo Bill is definitely by far one of the best movie villains.
It always makes me remember Joe Dirt.
Bro, Joe Dirt is when he's carrying the big space or he thought it was like a space rock, but it was like a plane turd.
Yeah,
he's eating fries off of it. Oh my god,
what's her name? Brittany. What's her name?
Brittany. What you mean the blonde chick?
Oh, she was so
fucking
hot, bro.
I know her name, and I know her.
I thought her name was Brittany something.
You're talking about Brittany Murphy?
No, that's not Brittany Murphy.
Yeah,
Brittany
that's what
Murphy
I'm saying.
Died.
I know that, but so it's not Brittany. No, I think her name is. I'm looking it up. Hold on. Here, do you want to look it up on this thing? So people have something to look at other than me and you. Oh, yeah. All right.
You can be high as shit.
Yeah, sometimes. That's all right. That's what happens.
You can talk while this is happening.
No, I know. I'm just trying to open my other beer. Joe Dirt cast. Dude, this is how far the show has come. Google search.
RJ.
Search Google.
Switch, bro.
Oh. Jaime Pressly. There it is.
No, her name is Brittany Daniel. I knew her name.
Wait, I was thinking of the chick right here.
Jaime Pressly is his wife that was the fucked up one.
Yeah, I know, but that's who I thought you were talking about.
No, Jaime Pressly's hot, but I was talking about Brittany Daniel.
Oh. Show me more pictures of this woman.
You've never seen Brittany Daniel?
I have.
Bro, she was on The Game. She was fucking... Hold on, let me pull it up so everybody can see. The show on BET called The Game.
Man, I didn't watch that shit. All I watched was BET Uncut.
Racist.
It's not racism. I just knew what to look for at the right time, sir. Can I get a tip drill? All right.
This is Brittany Daniel right here.
Oh, okay. I obviously see her.
Hold on, let me fucking switch back so you can actually see more pictures of.
Dude, this guy's name is Adam Beach Kicking Wing. That's his Indian name.
King Wing.
It's fucking crazy.
Brittany Daniel, buddy.
Oh,
Brittany Daniel.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you a little more.
No, she's very attractive. She's very pretty.
Bing.
Yeah, she's very pretty. I'm just saying, I didn't think of her immediately.
You thought of Jaime Pressly before you thought of Brittany Daniel?
I guess so. Obviously, that's why we're looking it up. Fuck me. Oh my God.
I feel so sorry for you.
I'm sure a lot of people do at this point in my life. Oh, look at that drunk pizza man over
Let's
there.
go to Jaime Pressly. Jaime Pressly's hot. Don't get me wrong.
But again, I'm not saying she's better looking, but when you said blonde, that's what came to mind. You're my sister. Whatever it was.
Wait, no, that's why it was even worse. I mean, Jaime Pressly was hot back in the day.
Yeah, well, yeah,
but she's always been so skinny.
Yeah, I understand. Well, the obviously the mugshot makes her look like fucking alien and shit.
I mean, she was the shit back in the day, but she's
that's
no
everybody.
Right?
They were the shit. Well, there's only some people that live up to that just I guess how they look when they get older. I mean, look at Christopher Walken, for crying out loud. He's looked like that for 40 years.
But Christopher Walken,
I know,
the man.
I know.
Because I need more cowbell.
Yeah. That story. What was that movie where he's telling the story about when he was talking to the kid about his dad, and he said he shoved something. Was it? It wasn't Kill Bill, was it?
Somebody's gonna make me punch him in the face.
God, what was it? It's bothering me. What is it? Come on, man.
Look, we're in an hour.
All right.
If you want to tell RJ,
tell me
what
please.
the name of the movie is.
Fuck, it's bothering the shit out of me.
Please send it in the comments.
The comments, please do that.
Put it in the comments, and whoever gets the right answer first will get a Mad Scientist Lab koozie.
A koozie for your boozy. All right.
Because RJ is.
Well,
dumb.
I'm drunk right now. Slightly. Okay. All right. So, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please thank you. I'm sorry, I had a massive brain
You
fart.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so thank you for listening to episode 51.
What was the question?
The question is, so for those out there, the film where Christopher Walken talks to the young man about how he shoved something up his ass for his dad in the arm. Oh, God,
Look, put it in the comments.
Something of that nature.
I know, you know.
Damn,
he doesn't know.
I know it. That's why I'm talking about it.
I'm not giving him any clues.
All right. Well, when he leaves, I'm Googling this shit. It's bothering me.
No, you can't Google it.
Okay.
You can't Google it.
Promise I won't Google it.
Okay.
I won't Google it.
Put it in the comments.
All right.
Put it in the comments.
I uphold the oath. So, But thank you for listening to episode 51 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is IRJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. And we will see you guys next week, hopefully with a special guest that can...
maybe, because guests be faking and shit.
Thank you for listening to episode 51 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
Love everybody else, though. Peace.
Yeah, peace. Deuces. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see
Was that
nothing.
tough for you?
Ever.
A little bit tough. Good night, y'all.
Audio skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab.